Hey, what's up, y'all? So I'm outside taking a little walk again. Hope the background noise isn't too bad. But today I'm gonna be talking about this interesting philosophical thought. All right, check it out. It's what's the point of believing that someone is an exception to the negative trends among people when that person will very likely end up horrifying you and not being an exception when they demask later on. You see, that's what I keep coming across, man. I keep coming across these people who I'm thinking, oh, they seem pretty chill for, months, if not years. Yeah, these people will seem that good for that long. And then they'll just flip. They'll act completely different. And I'm like, how could I have seen this coming? Like you guys seemed a certain way for months or years. And then you just flip and act completely different. And just blindside me with your bullshit, you know? I mean, that it's like no one really taught me this growing up. What I was taught was a bunch of bullshit. What I was taught was, oh, you're too negative. It's on your head, man. You're too sensitive. yeah, that shit. And then, oh, get this, man. The same exact people who want to tell me that I'm too fucking sensitive. Guess what? When they're the butt joke, they are extremely sensitive. They break like a twig over nothing. Yeah, time again. I've already given examples about this in previous videos, but these people are total hypocrites, all right? Like, I'm sick and tired of my life getting fucked up by two-faced, evil hypocrites with no redeeming qualities, all right? I'm sick of this shit. You cunts do not believe in this thick-skinned shit, all right? You yourselves are very fucking hypersensitive. You break like a twig over nothing, all right? You're these hypocritical cunts who target me and target people in general. You target each other. Yeah, hell monkeys constantly target each other. And they're constantly getting all sorts of fights amongst each other, are they not? Yeah, I see that constantly too, Constantly fucking see that shit, It's like, what the hell? But let me tell you a relatively recent horror story. And I'm pretty sure I brought this up at least once or twice before, but this was a couple years ago, alright? And there's this, well, it was actually during a really rough time in my life, okay? This was, shortly after, alright, so this is the same year that the Beta Simp Institute chose to banish me because I reported one of the therapist's books, okay? Yes, their therapist wrote a fucking book, some new age victim blaming bullshit, which tells people they should love getting raped. Yeah, it says you should love everything bad that's ever happened to you because you chose it and aren't a victim. And the root of everything is love. Literally, that's what this fucking book was saying. So I reported the book to these assholes who, the Beta Simp Institute, right, who I guess run her licensing program. I reported the book to her, and I also reported the book to multiple other therapists who, I thought, okay, sure, they might be able to throw out just my fucking report under the rug, but if they have multiple therapists reporting as well, they gotta do something about it, right? I was wrong. I was too optimistic. What ended up happening was these cunts said, oh, this report has, your complaints are not valid because freedom of speech. And this rape is love stuff is considered state of the art. Oh, but you, based on principle, you're banished. You're forbidden from ever contacting our shitty therapists ever again because, you used freedom of speech to tell people facts about a book. Like, I'm tired of this shit, man. Like you evil hypocrites do not actually believe that this rape is love stuff is state of the art. Because if you fucking did, you know what you would fucking do? You would love the blocks of me reporting it, right? Yeah. If you really believe that you should love everything, no matter what, okay, love my critiques, love my criticism. According to your logic, did you not state that you chose it and are not a victim? Oh wait, that's right, you're hypocritical, lying little cunts, and you don't actually believe that bullshit, you fucking lying hypocrites. You evil sacks of shit with no fucking redeeming qualities, okay? You evil fucking cunts. I'm tired of you evil, lying hypocrites fucking up my life, fucking up life in general, fucking up the planet. It's people like you who make this world such a fucking nightmare. The overwhelming majority of pain and fucking suffering in my fucking life has come directly from other people. These evil, two-faced, backstabbing hypocrites fucking up my life. And this therapist who wrote that book, telling people that rape is love, guess what? I saw her as a therapist for almost a whole fucking year before I ever read the book, right? And she seemed great. Yeah, she seemed great the whole time I was seeing her as a therapist. Absolutely phenomenal. Literally the best therapist ever, basically, you know? She seemed great, like absolutely phenomenal. But then after I see her for almost a year, better part of a whole year, I read her book, right? And keep in mind, she published her fucking book before I ever even met her. Yeah, she published the book about a year or so before I even met her, okay? So keep that in mind. The entire time she seemed so fucking great, she had already published this fucking book, okay? And I read this fucking book and I'm mortified, all right? When I talked about my critiques of the book, you know what this cunt face does? She screams trigger words at me. Yeah, that's what she fucking does. Interesting. So when a sexual abuse survivor criticizes your book, which tells people that everything is rooted in love and that you should love all blocks, okay? You don't love that block and you scream trigger words at them, you fucking hypocritical cunt face. You don't actually believe in this. And she's like, that's my religion. It's my religion. Shut the fuck up, you dumb cunt face. You don't actually believe in this shit. You don't. You lying hypocritical cunt face, okay? If you really believe in this shit, you would love everything, including my critiques, okay? But you don't do that because you're a lying, hypocritical cunt face. And whenever somebody makes a valid critique of your dumbass bullshit, you just cower behind this whole, it's my religious belief. Stop criticizing my religion. Fuck you, cunt. First of all, it's not really your religion. You don't actually believe this shit at all, okay? You don't love the blocks of me criticizing your book, right? You want to tell sexual abuse survivors that, oh, they chose their abuse, they should love it, they should love the blocks because they're the ones who put them there. You want to say that fucking shit to sexual abuse survivors, yet you yourself are not going to apply it to yourself when someone criticizes your fucking book? You hypocritical, disgusting, lying fucking cunt face, man. Oh my fucking god. You disgusting sack of shit. You worthless fucking cunt. So anyways, the same year I had to deal with that shit, it was a couple months after I dealt with that shit, right? And I was feeling pretty hopeless and depressed about life in general, right? But I ended up getting this fucking really kick-ass job, or so I thought, at this company, right? It was fully remote, which I was wanting to try, a fully remote job at some point. It was a fully remote job, and the manager seemed great. I thought he was a really great guy. He had a really, really cool personality. He was very knowledgeable in general, so I loved working with him, you know? I love working with the team. I literally enjoyed going to work. Yeah, I enjoyed working, you know, at this specific company at this specific time because of how great the people seemed, you know? And long story short, I'm thinking to myself, okay, this company, I mean, they may not be perfect. They have some dysfunctional shit going on within their company, you know, so they're not perfect, but here's the thing. They're having record-breaking revenue, and they seem I thought it was pretty much guaranteed that they would not be doing this whole mass layoff thing that other companies who were facing financial hardship were doing, right? I was wrong. About 6 months after I signed up and joined the job, they started doing a bunch of layoffs, a bunch of financially unnecessary layoffs. And yeah, my manager got laid off, and a couple people on the team got laid off. Another person on our team got laid off too, and for the rest of the year, many more of us got laid off, including me. And so at the time, I thought to myself, all right, well, sure, the company itself may have been a pretty big letdown, you know. I mean, a lot worse than I thought, but hey, at least I met this really cool manager. You know, he's a great guy to have in my, you know, networking contacts or whatever. And so, get this, man, I would stay in touch with him after he got laid off, right? We chit-chat maybe about once a week or so over the phone or whatever. And get this, man, this motherfucker, he invites me over to his house for dinner with his wife, okay? And they're like love bombing me, dude. Yeah, get this. He's like, oh man, it was just so great that, you know, you're the only person who asked, you know, where we're all going to hang out as a team. Yeah, back when I was first started the job, I was working there for about a couple weeks, and I was talking to the manager, I'm like, hey man, I've been working here for a couple weeks, and I've not met a single person that actually works here, you know? Like, are we going to have like a day where we all meet up at the office or at a restaurant or something just to kind of chat and get to know each other? And yeah, and so he got that arranged. He thought it was a good idea, and everyone else thought it was a good idea too. everyone who went enjoyed it. They're like, hey, good job, Vincent Principal, that's a great idea, you know? Yeah, that's what they're telling me. And when he and his wife were love bombing me later on, I was having dinner at the house, they were telling me that, like, oh, man, it's just, oh, you care about the community, man. It's great to care about the community, right? And he's like, oh, man, I'm part of this, like, Unitarian Universalist church, man. We're all about the community, man. And so it seems like he's all about the community. Oh, get this. One other thing, too, I forgot to mention, when he was interviewing me to begin with, he said that he was anti-ghosting. Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, we will get back to you with our decision one way or another. We're not going to just ghost you. You know, we'll let you, whether or not we're giving you a job within the next week or so. You know, we don't ghost, man. Yeah, he also emphasized he's anti-ghosting, right? So this motherfucker claims he's anti-ghosting and all about the community shit, you know. But get this. He then starts ghosting me. Yeah. After he and his wife invite me over to the house and love bomb me, he starts acting all weird and avoidant, you know. And at first I asked him what's up. I'm like, hey, why are you acting all flaky and avoidant? Why are you even ghosting me? Am I not cool enough? And he's like, oh, well, I'm just kind of stressed because I'm having trouble getting a new job and blah, blah, blah. And so I thought, all right, that seems like a pretty valid excuse. But then get this. He did get a new job, and then he did start to reply to my messages more for about a few months or so. And now he's back to acting all flaky and weird. And he's been ghosting me entirely. And I sent a message about it. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I mean, why even acting all flaky and avoidant, you know? You guys literally invited me over to your house and you're like love bombing me by telling me that I'm so great or whatever. And you also told me in the interview that you're anti-ghosting. I mean, so what's up with that shit? What's his response? Nothing. But here's the thing, man. I don't even know if he's actually intentionally ghosting me. For all I know, he could be in ICU, or there could be some kind of technical glitch, or my message didn't get through. I don't fucking know. You see, that's the thing about ghosting, man. It puts people in this, like, limbo state. You don't even know if they're actually ghosting you. It's so fucked up, man. And I can already think of the dumbasses who are going to give this prick a bunch of dumb excuses. You know what, assholes? Here's what you guys need to fucking do, all right? You need to tell people, you need to tell everyone that you know, and everyone that you first meet from here on out, you need to tell all those fucking people, hey, what's up? So I endorse this whole ghosting thing. I think it's great to love bomb and ghost people. I think it's great to love bomb and abandon them when they didn't do anything wrong to deserve it. I think it's great to do. I encourage others to do it, including you. Yeah, if you choose to love bomb and abandon me, I think that's great. You know, I love ghosting. Okay, yeah, tell them that shit in advance. Okay, so that they know what they're getting into. All right, but you don't fucking do that, do you? You know why? Because, oh, well, if I were to simply tell people up front that I like to ghost people, they're going to be less likely to want to hang around me. Yeah, they are, okay? But shouldn't be a problem for you, right? You think you're so tough, you want to tell people to get over it when they get abandoned? If you're really pro-abandonment, then what's the problem? You see, you cunts want to act like, you want to say or imply that victims of abandonment are too sensitive or whatever, and that, oh, you guys need to grow some thick skin. You're too clingy and attached. Okay, you're too clingy and attached. All right. The fact that you lie about who you really are because you're afraid of abandonment, that proves that you're afraid of abandonment and you're just a hypocritical cunt. Like you don't actually believe that abandonment is good, because otherwise you'd be telling that people that shit from the start and be honest about who you really are. That's what you do, but you're not. Okay, you're scared of abandonment and you want to abandon others before they abandon you. Because that's the thing. You know that they don't actually want to hang around you. Think about it. If this fucking piece of shit manager, if you were to tell me from the start, oh, hey, I'm a lying, evil piece of shit. I want to act like I'm all, pro-community and, anti-ghosting, but I'm really not. I'm just a lying piece of shit who's going to love bomb and abandon you. I do that to people all the time. No big deal, right? Yeah, if you were telling me that shit from the start, okay, sure. I probably would have still taken the job just to, make ends meet and, pay my bills and shit. But I would not have been at all, want to hang around him in any way, shape, or form. I want to keep my interaction with him to a bare minimum, right? That's what I would want to do. If he were honest about who he really was, okay? So yeah, if you cunts want to justify this whole love bomb bait and switch thing, if you want to justify when people abandon others for no good reason, okay, you need to tell people that you need to tell them from the start, hey, I support this whole love bomb bait and switch thing. Okay, here's all the times I personally have done it to others, And here's the times where others have done it and I justified it, okay? So, and here's my justification. Here's why I think that's great to love bomb and abandon people. And if you love bomb and abandon me, I have no problem with that whatsoever. I encourage you to do it because I think it's great to do, okay? If you cunts really believe in that shit sincerely, that's what you need to fucking do, all right? That's what you need to fucking do. You evil, hypocritical, lying sacks of shit with no redeeming qualities. I wish you were all fucking aborted. Bye.